Uh-oh. So today's daily reading, I think we're talking about the Pisces full moon. And it's for selfish reasons because I want to see if I'm doing an experiment. But I opened up the deck, I split the deck, and the moon card came out, which I would love to associate with Cancer, but I think traditionally it does represent Pisces, and it's the new moon. So that's coming up. So I think that's a nice little sign. The Pisces new moon. Okay, so oh shit! But aren't we supposed to be doing? Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I was gonna say, because aren't we supposed to be doing ancestral healing messages? We could see how this Pisces full moon can be used to maximize our healing, especially because Pisces is such a spiritual sign and so connected to the subconscious. With that also being that feminine energy. King of Pentacles. It's the King of Pentacles. Ooh. It's like giving me love is in the air. Doves when doves fly and not when doves cry. It's like, oh my god, it kind of feels like role playing. This kind of feels a bit like a bit of a role play, but in a really fun way where, oh my god, something is coming. Here I come. Yeah, that song, Get Ready, 'cause here I come, baby. Get ready, 'cause here I come. Get ready, 'cause here I come. There's this feeling of like shyness and vulnerability. But also, okay, there's this energy of a role playing, but it doesn't feel, and it gives this energy of the feminine being in the typical, like in the stereotypical position of like the submissive, and the masculine being in the stereotypical position of the dominator. But it's a fun role play. It feels like, it's like, yeah, almost getting to let go of inhibitions and settle back into this traditional dynamic, but doing it from a modern awareness or doing it from a higher perspective. It's like you're playing these roles and you're allowing yourself to kind of become more, what's it called? Okay, maybe I'll just, yeah, like you're allowing yourself to become more, not subdued, more in alignment with the traditional roles that we are usually prescribed within our feminine and our masculine energy. I hate that I always have to go that way because it feels so divided, and it also feels so like not patriarchal, but restrictive, because it's not just feminine and masculine energy are just so much more than that. And I want to go beyond gender, but right now I am sorry, it's my own like constructs and my own things about not wanting to be exclusive and leave out communities, because I'm queer, and you know, I understand how the framing of these conversations can feel very heteronormative, and I don't want that, because that's not what this is about. But it's just with the language that we have and the words that we have, it just frames it in such a, you know, masculine, feminine, men, women kind of way, which is unfortunate. But maybe I'm meant to be creative and kind of try and see past that. So, because hold on. Yeah, it feels like, what I was trying to say is that it feels like we're letting ourselves, it's like this energy of allowing yourself to fall into this more traditional role, to become more of and it also feels like a bit like of an ancient role, allowing yourself to become something that is kind of prescribed as being a part of the past, allowing yourself to step into a role that feels fantastical, fantasy based, or allowing yourself to play a role that's just not, it's not very modern. It's not very modern, but you're entering this space from a higher perspective, which makes it, which elevates it. Not that it wouldn't be elevated just because it's not modern, but it's not all of the things that are attached to it in its less inclusive state, where it is, if you're looking at tradition and you're looking at it without it being super, if you're without seeing it from a higher perspective, you could see it as patriarchal, you could see it as oppressive, you could see it as restrictive. But because you're entering into this energy from a higher perspective and from outside of the norm, because I'm looking at these birds in particular, and they're present in both of these images, and it feels like it's not just about being a person, it's about acknowledging your spirit. It's like your spirit is wanting you to step into this more ancient traditional role, and it's kind of role playing, but it's like you're fully embodying it. It maybe begins as a role play, or it feels like a little bit of a role play at the beginning, maybe like a bit of imposter syndrome, but then you find that it actually fits you very naturally, and you actually really enjoy being in this energy, and you see why it exists in its highest form, in its elevated form. When you see it from the spiritual perspective, from the lovingly spiritual perspective, you begin to understand why these traditions, why these roles, why these ancient ways of being are a thing. You begin to understand why the feminine has these certain attributes of being submissive. You begin to understand why the masculine has these certain attributes of being more of the dominator. And it makes it easier to switch roles as well, because you begin to understand that these energies and these positions that you can step into are, they're not exclusive from one another. They feed into each other. They bleed into one another. And when you get comfortable being in the tradition, then you're able to also, it's like you expand your ways of being, you expand your consciousness. You expand your consciousness, and then you get to tap into the other side of how you can exist. But then you're able to do it in balance, right? Because it's like, right now I feel like sometimes, not all of us, but we've gone through so many eras right now, especially as women in our different movements, and we've, like, all of our ancestresses have done so much work to make sure that, their daughters and their granddaughters and their great-granddaughters would be able to live lives of freedom, and be able to live lives as their true selves. And we're getting closer to that. And part of getting closer to that means going back and retracing your steps to see where you lost the other half of the balance. Because right now, if you're in a state where you're the boss, you're the dominator, you're the one who takes charge, you're the one that makes the decisions, that's beautiful, and it's amazing that we get to do that. But if you feel like you can never let your guard down, you can never be led, you can never be the supporter, you can never be submissive, then it's super out of balance, and that's when it becomes toxic. And that's the same for masculine. If you feel like you're in a position where you're always being led, and where you feel like you never get to make decisions, you're always having to be the worker, you never get to be the boss, it becomes toxic. And when you do, and because no matter what, you can't erase the parts of yourself, you can't erase the balance and completion. When you're in it in such a distorted way, the way that you do express the other half is toxic, right? So the way that you might express your submissive energy would be toxic. The way that you might express your masculine energy could be toxic, because we're not entering it from a healthy state and healthy balance and appreciation for all the different sides. So this feels like an energy of bringing bringing yourself into balance by allowing you to revisit the traditional, by allowing you to revisit the ancient ways of being. And this does not have to just do with feminine and masculine. That I'm just saying that because of energy, but this is just in general. Going back to your root self, especially with all the red here, going back to the root of who you are and seeing where you come from, seeing your origin, seeing your beginning, seeing what traditions have, make up who you are now, led you to where you are now, allowing yourself to step back into that comfortably and not feel like you are degressing, not feeling like you are taking a step back. Actually understanding that being able to go backwards and go back into old energy, ancient energy, is actually a step forward, because you're able to now be in that energy comfortably with appreciation. You're able to see it from a different perspective. You're bringing new wisdom to it. And it's almost like this, again, beginner's mindset, this student energy for both roles, learning how to be in the traditional role again, learning how to be in that comfortably from a place of empowerment, learning how to appreciate the ability to switch roles, switch sides, and move between those with fluidity. It's creating a flow that is really beautiful and very balanced. So that's so interesting. And I guess that kind of makes sense with the ancestral healing, because there's also, this could maybe be confronting right now in terms of generational ancestral healing that needs to be confronted right now. I could definitely see how this is about reclaiming, the parts of ourselves that have been made to seem like they are oppressive, like as a woman, reclaiming that submissive energy and not feeling ashamed to be that, not being ashamed to be in the mother role, not being ashamed to be in the caretaker role. As a man, not being ashamed to be in the dominator role. As a non-binary person, not being ashamed to exist in those roles. And then vice versa, not being afraid or ashamed to switch and feeling like you're capable of having both of them. And then it creates a stronger understanding of why these energies exist in the first place and why they are more strongly connected to one side, but why they are also very important in defining the other side and how you can use those together to create a really, really strong balance. It's kind of gorgeous. I love it. That's really fun. The King of Pentacles continues to come out. But right now it feels like this energy of feeding and nurturing. But it's funny because there's a bit of a shyness or a coyness from the feminine energy, and almost there's this experience of hiding, versus the masculine feels very open, very get ready, here I come, I'm ready for this. And so in terms of just those energies within yourself, it feels like you're ready to go, you're ready to take action, you're ready to make a decision, you're ready to rejoin, and actually not even ready to go, but you're ready to rejoin, remerge with the other parts of yourself. You now understand why it's important to have the balance. You now understand that it's beautiful to have that balance, that it's a love that you've never known. It makes you feel more comfortable being vulnerable, because you understand the value of being in connection and of the vulnerability of the more feminine energy within yourself. And the feminine energy feels kind of nervous or shy or a little coy. But I almost feel like that's one of her tricks, because I feel like she's ushering you forward. And one of the ways that she does that is by being oh my God, no, it's a little bit of nervous energy, but I don't think she's actually, she might actually be nervous. That part of you might actually be nervous, but I feel like it's just to settle the space into an energy where you can enter it from a place of empowerment, where it's she's giving you permission to be the dominator. In BDSM, there's a bunch of roles. There's a bunch of rules, and people talk about things and they establish things before they get into, what they're doing. And the people who play the submissive role, they give permission. They have safe words. They know that they're playing the submissive role. They weren't just designated to it. They chose that. And that's what it feels like with the feminine. She's like, okay, I've decided to be this. I want you to come in. I want you to do it this way. And it's like a creativity. It kind of feels like theater. It feels very fun. It feels very expressive and very freeing because everybody is kind of allowed to play. It feels very playful, very creative, very playful, and it's helping bring things back into balance without it feeling so serious and stressful, and without it being connected to all of these ancient systems that were oppressive. It's like reclaiming that. And that's why it's this beginner's mindset, because you're reclaiming this energy, but you're not attaching it to the systems that exploited it. You're not attaching it to anything but your own joy, your own vulnerability, your own freedom, your own naivety, and letting that be expressed openly with confidence and letting it flow. And if the roles switch, and you let it flow. And you recognize that there's no way to do this wrong when you're doing it from your heart, from a space of openness. And the moon is kind of shining light on that. It's shining light on what's been forgotten and what's been left behind that's actually very valuable. We go through these processes of letting go and of moving beyond and cutting cords. And sometimes we have to cut an entire thing out for a while because we weren't able to compartmentalize. We weren't able to separate. We just had to fully detach. But now I feel like the moon is coming in and bringing certain things back that we actually didn't need to lose completely. And it's not like we made a mistake by cutting that thing out. Like, it needed to happen in that time period. But now it's like, okay, but now you understand how to use this from a place of personal power, but also community and loving care and respect for other people's choice and other people's autonomy. So now you have this aspect of this energy back, and explore it, have fun with it in the way that it was meant to exist, in the way where it takes care of you and it takes care of other people as well. So that's the energy that I'm sensing right now. And it's a really nice energy. It's kind of surprising, but it's pretty good. It feels really good. There we go, the Empress. And in your vulnerable state with the feminine, you're in your power. You're in your power in your vulnerable state. There's something around birds too. Like, it might just be like there's like a message coming in, or a messenger, or this experience is providing you with a deeper message, a deeper understanding. This experience is providing you with an opportunity to ascend, to get into a higher level of awareness, and especially in balance with yourself. But yeah, this feels like a deeply spiritual experience, which is exciting. I'm really excited for you. Excited for me too, shit. Just like open chest. Openly vulnerable. Okay, I feel like I'm actually done reading with this deck. I feel like this might be a shorter reading today. Like, usually, like, the readings the past 2 days, I think, have been quite long. But this might be shorter because I don't feel like there's a whole lot more to say. What else? Ancestors, spirit guides, Pisces new moon, grief, brazen, grief. And in the building up process to this new moon, it actually feels like it's becoming a full moon or a new moon. You know what? I'm thinking you might be able to understand where this energy is going to show up in your life based off of where you're feeling grief right now. Where are you mourning yourself? What parts of you are you mourning? Where are you feeling this energy of loss, or this energy of sacrifice, this energy of lack, this energy of needing to heal, of needing to be full? Where are you feeling this energy of death, of grief? because I feel like that is where you're going to find something being returned to you. You're going to find this new moon energy bringing something back into your life that you've lost, or that you're grieving, that you're in need of, that you're mourning. Because this grief, especially with her being pregnant in this photo, it feels like it's like the thing that you're waiting on, or the thing that you're mourning is coming, it's bubbling, it's growing within you, and it's about to resurface in a totally different way, though. It's not going to come up in the same shape or in the same size. I found this flower when I was walking to go meet a friend, and it was beautiful, this beautiful big pink flower. I don't know, maybe it looked like a hibiscus flower, but it also maybe really was not. I'm just thinking of hibiscus because I know it's pink or red, but it was this beautiful flower, kind of like this shape, but pink. And I put it in my bag. I didn't want to put it in my bag, but I didn't have anywhere else to put it. So I put it in my bag, and I was like, I'm going to take it out when I get home. And I forgot about it for a few days. And when I took it out, it was all shriveled up, and it turned purple. And it was a completely different flower at that point. But it kind of made me think about the process of change, and the way that we shapeshift, and the way that we ultimately become something entirely new, something completely different, and it gives off a new energy, even though it comes from the same body, or it comes from the same origin, the same ancestor. And it makes me think, I guess I was just thinking about it with this card, with grief, because in grief, whatever you've lost, it's in a new state now. It changes it, and when it does return to you, because we're always filled, you're never truly lost. Whenever something leaves your life, another thing comes in. And the things that leave always come back around, because we do work in cycles, but it shows up in a different way. And it feels kind of like this, where you are, whatever it is that you're grieving is going to return to you with new life, but you might not even really recognize it. And that's kind of what I was saying with, it's kind of what I was saying with the first portion of this reading, where you're role playing and you're stepping into these ancient traditional roles, but it feels like you're entering it from a beginner's mindset. You might not even recognize that you've been where you're pretending to be now, and where you ultimately actually are. It feels like you're playing at first, it feels like you're pretending at first, but it actually becomes your reality, and you have so much fun, and you realize that your reality, play can be your reality. Play and playfulness can be a part of your reality, can be your entire reality, and that's beautiful. But yeah, it feels like this thing that you lost is returning to you in a completely different form. And so as you grieve the loss of one thing, you're going to find that it comes back to you. And it's okay if you don't recognize it as something that you've had in your life before. You don't need to, It's literally the experience of ancestors. Like, so many of us are our family's ancestors, but we don't know that, and our family doesn't know that. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, and it doesn't really matter, because you want that thing to be able to have a new experience. You want that thing to be able to take on a new energy and be who it is now, in this new state that it exists within, and honor that. But also allow yourself to grieve what's been lost, even if it doesn't feel like it's something in need of grieving or deserving of grieving. Don't judge what you feel like you need to mourn. Don't judge your mourning process. Just allow it to be, because it's actually extremely abundant, and it's growing with a fullness that is going to, that is bringing in new gifts. That is so funny, because I remember during the summertime I did this short, and it was the first time that I was really recording shorts, YouTube shorts. And I recorded this short about your train coming in. But I was like, your train's coming in, but it's coming in, and it's going to take, it's taking a while. Like, I can see it, though, but it's coming in. And now I'm looking at this, and I'm like, look. And that was from the summertime. So that was, like, July. And I was talking about your train's coming in. And it was because I was looking at a train. And for the first time, I'm rethinking about that again. I'm remembering that again. And it's funny, because that was the first time that I realized that shorts were a way that I could connect with more people on YouTube. And I don't remember, I think that short ended up getting quite a bit of interaction, which was exciting for me. yeah, it made me excited and more open to exploring different avenues of expressing myself. But here, look at what we have. We have this train coming in. We have this train coming in, and it's carrying divine abundance. There's no tracks carrying this train. It's being carried in by spirit. It was coming. It just needed some time. Look at that, your harvest. Your harvest is here. I feel like this is like, it's a really good energy, and you totally may not recognize it. And that's why I also feel like this is that energy this is that energy of where you realize that you might not recognize your own manifestation. And that's okay. That's totally fine. But you literally might not recognize your own manifestation. Because for one, I feel like a cycle's been closed. Because I'm seeing 444, not 444, but 4, and I'm seeing 8, and then I see 7 and 6. But yeah, I feel like this is, for one thing, it's the end of a cycle. And I feel like you might not recognize the manifestation that you have that's coming into your life, even though you wished for it long ago, because it needed to shapeshift. And you're a co-creator, right? So you wish for one thing, and then Spirit's like, okay, heard you. And then they add their own twist to it, because they ultimately know what's best for you. So your manifestation, if not the entire thing is coming in, it's coming. Part of it's coming. And part of it's like literally here. It's like right behind the corner, right around the corner. And I don't even feel like you're not even going to see it coming, because you're busy. You're busy doing shit. You're busy carrying in your harvest. You thought you already received your harvest. You thought you already had it. Like, you're carrying this big box of fruits on your big basket of fruits. You thought you already got your harvest. So you're out here dancing, celebrating. And meanwhile, here it comes. Here's more. Oh my God, it's so exciting. Yeah, it's so exciting. There's definitely this pregnancy energy. It's very abundant, very fertile. Very, very fertile. And it feels like liberation. Like, I can't help but think of black people right now. And maybe because this is a black deck, but I'm also just looking at the colors of her skirt. And I'm like, it's a long time coming, okay, so maybe this basket of fruit represents her personal manifestations that she was wishing for, but we tend to think small, and we're not punished for that, because that's just, it's just human nature. You just think small, especially if you've been wounded. It takes a while to be able to see yourself in your fullness and be able to dream super, super big. But that doesn't mean the universe won't dream big for us. And all of those things that had been delayed, that had been pushed back, it's like, okay, here. And look, we wanted to send it in on this big old train, so we had to take a little bit of time. And there were no tracks to get to you to where you are to carry all this stuff, so we had to carry it ourselves. And we had to make sure it came in perfectly and came in over the water and all this stuff. And it's just like, it's magic. So it took its time. But it's here. It's coming. Get ready, 'cause here I come, get ready, 'cause here I come. That is the energy. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. So get ready. Remember I was singing that in the beginning? This is that energy. Holy cannoli. And there's 4 again. Yeah, 444. 444 energy. Home, foundations, stability. And that's funny because Bahati Life posted a short today. I think it's from her TikTok, but she posted it on YouTube too. And it was talking about if you've if you have like bills or loans that need to get paid back and you're like stressed about it, don't worry, because it's coming. It's going to be taken care of. And if you're okay right now, you're going to continue to be okay. And that was really meaningful for me, because I've got stuff that I need to pay. But it was just, it's relaxing. It feels good to know that you're being seen, that your worries are being seen, and that you're being reassured. It's reassuring. But yeah, I can't help but think about Black people's liberation with these colors, and feeling like there's this energy of union, of unity across the diaspora, and connected to the continent as well. it feels like this union energy. It feels very beautiful. And it's like you have so much that it's overflowing. Like shit's falling on the ground. Shit's being left to the wayside. You can't even carry all your abundance, and it's fine because this abundance is carrying over generation across generation. This is not just a legacy for your lifetime. This is a legacy for your grandchildren's lifetime. That's what I was talking about earlier with women. Remember I was saying with our ancestresses, they were fighting for their daughters, for their granddaughters, for their great-granddaughters. This abundance that's coming in, it's for your children, it's for your grandchildren, it's for your nieces, your nephews, your great-grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, your great-great-great nieces and nephews. Like, it's for your entire family, for generations to come. And it's also existing, and there's this abundance that's also coming through. That's why I also feel like this union energy, because I feel like for the pregnancies that are happening in the future, in the near future, these children that are coming in are like our ancestors from way back when. They're like, okay, I'm coming in too. Like, it's a whole influx of beautiful, ancient, abundant energy. Ancient energy being brought into the new world, being brought into the modern world from a totally new perspective. And it's beautiful. Holy cannoli. What a reading. What a reading. I'm so excited. I'm like, bitch. Oh my God, look. Look. So we have live out loud at the back of the deck. And then we have manifestation. Come on. Spirit said, yeah, that's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said. Cosmic power. And look at that. That's that balance of the feminine and the masculine we were talking about in the beginning of the reading. The sun and the moon. Can't do one without the other. They're just meant to be together. They're simply meant to be together. Together to the end. Joy. Look, there's these babies again. Truth and manifestation. When I tell you noonday has been coming out again and again and again and again, it's like the truth is being revealed. But this manifestation one is for real. And she's manifesting clear skies. She's like, hey, she's manifesting clear skies. She's manifesting clear skies. Turning your truth, turning your world upside down so that you can see the truth. Because right now, we're in a distortion. We think that we're living right side up. We're living upside down. And you're about to see. You're about to see the truth. And look at that. And the difference between these two, the difference between the truth and the manifestation of your truth is cosmic power. It's the number 2. The difference between 9 and 7, the number 2. The difference between you seeing your truth in its fullness and you manifesting your reality is cosmic power. It's collaboration with the divine. You had to wait. You had to wait. Like, she's manifesting. But it has to, the cosmic power has to come in too and be like, oh, this is what you want. Okay, say less. You can't do it on your own. You shouldn't do it on your own. We don't want to do it on our own. We want to collaborate with the divine. We want to work through this together. And she's doing it. And she's just living her life. She's dancing. She's screaming. She's having a good old time. In the rain. Doesn't matter because there's nobody that can tell you how to feel in any type of environment. Just because it's storming outside doesn't mean you should be sad and angry. I love storms. I love that kind of weather. You dance in whatever weather you want to dance in. You feel whatever you want to feel wherever you feel it. There is no right way to feel. It's whatever you feel. And the cosmic power is coming in to make sure that you get. And see, because it's like, okay, she's like manifesting clear skies, manifesting clear skies, manifesting clear skies. If she had to do this on her own without the cosmic powers, it would have ended up like this, where it's like, no more rain, there's no more rain, but it's still cloudy, the vision's still cloudy, and you can still see your manifestation. You know it's not there yet, but she might have settled just right here because she's like, oh, well, the rain stopped, so maybe this is what it was meant to be. But cosmic power, divine influence comes in, turns this on its head. That's why I said you might not recognize your manifestation. You might not recognize that that's what it is, but it's here. But, the divine had to come in and switch it up a little bit because we don't always know what's best for ourselves because we don't know everything. And that's okay. We're not supposed to. Oh my God, and say less, because she wasn't manifesting clear skies. She was just manifesting no more rain. She was manifesting no more rain. Or maybe she was manifesting rain, and she was like, because that's her reality. No, but she was manifesting no more rain. And the divine was like, you don't need to just manifest no more rain. You need to manifest clarity. We want clear skies. Turn it on its head. Come on now. Like, hello? Are you stupid or are you dumb? It feels like it's like a matter of days. It's giving a matter of days, perhaps weeks, maybe months, but it doesn't feel like years. Oh my God. Not years. No. But it feels like a matter of days. I'm telling you. And then we have 7 again. With joy. Cracked open, following the phases of the moon. Get ready, 'cause here I come, baby. Na, 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 na. So get ready. Na, 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 na. So get ready. Here I come. Get ready, 'cause here I come, baby. Yeah, and your child, if you are having a baby, that baby is precious. A manifestation of the earth, a manifestation of your desires, your deepest dreams, your greatest desires. Celestial alignment. Come through. I'm quite excited, yeah. Like, it just feels like very good energy. And I just can't wait. And I mean, I know I'm not the only one. Like, we've all been feeling it. We all know that many, many, many shifts have happened. But yes, we've all been feeling like, look at this, divine lineage. What was I saying about your ancestors coming back? I'm telling you, it's coming. Even Aunt Nancy looks pregnant here. So even in this state of betrayal, even in this state of grief, of feeling like you've been abandoned, of feeling like you've been betrayed, there is something being offered to you. Out of that experience, something will bloom, something will grow. But you don't know what it is, and you won't know what it is until it arrives. It's your divine lineage, your divine inheritance, Sara Lakali. Come on now. And it feels like there's many different goddesses coming together to work together to bring what you need. Even with her name being Sara Lakali, it makes me think of the goddess Kali. And especially with Aunt Nancy being here paired with this card, because it was the back of the deck energy. What's that? Ooh, an Oya coming through. Yeah, it feels like many goddesses. It feels like this is the work of the goddesses. Like, there's many of them coming through to bring the change that's needed. Y'all, the number 4 is not playing with us. The number 4 is out. Today. So 4 is a number. Think about what 4 means to you. This could be 4 days. I mean, 4 days from now is the new moon. So 4 days from now is the new moon. And maybe 2 days after that, you're going to see something. Or maybe within 2 days, you're going to start seeing shit. Or maybe you need to start manifesting for 4 days straight. Think about what 4 means to you. But the number 4 is significant, for real. Number 4 and the number 8. So get ready. It doesn't feel like a long time, like days or weeks. I see, days or weeks. But yeah, it feels like the goddess Kali is here. Oya is here. And Maya with the number 4. Y'all, the number 4 is for real. I don't know what it's talking about. What is this number 4 here to tell us? So get ready. Get ready, 'cause here I come, baby. Oh. Resistance. Etheric chords. Harvest. Number 7, 9, 4. 4 again. Gang Sarah. Resistance. It's like, what binds you up? Okay, that makes sense. Because with the number 8 too, I kept thinking about cycles and needing to end this cycle. And with the number 4 here, it's like, what is binding you? What is holding you up? You know? How can you crack open? How can you release yourself? How can you release yourself from an old way of being? How can you release yourself from, this heavy burden on your back? What do you need to do? It's like, do your half so that spirit can do their half. Ooh, that even makes sense with the number 8 too. Because I was thinking that with Oya, because she was surrounded by 8 rings, I think. But I saw 4 of them on one side, and I was like, okay, you do your half, spirit will do their half. What is your half? It's recognizing what needs to go. Your half is recognizing what needs to be let go of. Your half is recognizing the action that you can take. And it makes me think again of the masculine energy. Right now it feels like we are in our masculine and spirit is in their feminine. And it's like, spirit's like, okay, like, I'm going to let you, I want you to come in. I want you to take control. I want you to show me exactly what you can do. I want you to show me exactly where you want us to go. You lead the way. I feel like that's what Spirit's saying. And that's funny because was it a Bahati Life reading or was it a Rosology reading? I can't remember. It was one of them, and they were like, I think it was Bahati Life. And she was, it was in her recent tea and tarot reading. I love Bahati Life. I love Bahati Life. I love Rosology. I love them. I love Queen Cup. I love Half Glass. Jazz. Half Glass Full. Hourglass Jazz. That's her name. I love them. But Bahati Life was talking about spirits like, you're waiting on me, I'm waiting on you. You're asking the universe to tell you what to do. The universe wants you to tell us what to do. That's this energy. And spirit's like, do your half. Your half is deciding what needs to go. Your half is deciding what needs to be let go of. Your half is deciding how you can undress yourself. How can you come into this state vulnerable? Because when you come to meet me, I want you to come to meet me naked. I want you to come to meet me with no attachments. I want you to come to meet me completely open to what I have to bring you. Like, I'm even thinking about that brazen card. Again, I'm thinking like, once she sees that abundance that she has, she's coming in, she's going to have to let that basket go. And it's not even going to be a sad thing because it's like, oh, you can let this go because, girl, you have all this coming. Go give this to somebody who needs it. It's like, it's this energy of actually getting to be gracious because of how much you have coming in. That the process of letting go, it may be grief-filled, but it also might just be super relieving and super fulfilling because it gives you the opportunity to be gracious. It gives you the opportunity to give back. It gives you the opportunity to practice gratitude because you're letting this go because you already got something coming, but you have to have that knowing within you, and you have to be willing to do the work. The work being doing your half, making the decision. It feels like the sun energy, and then the spirit's taking on the moon energy. They'll bring it in from the shadows, but the sun energy is seeing what's there and what doesn't need to be there anymore. Make room. It's time to make room. Yeah, it's like spirit says, I'll bring the rain, but you bring the clouds. I'll make it rain, but you got to get these clouds here. Cut the cord, what needs to be let go of so that you can receive your harvest. That's what you should be focusing on for these next 4 days. Think about what needs to be let go of. Talk to your spirit team every single day and ask them, what do I need to let go of today? What do I need to help move on from? What do I need to cord cut? Maybe do a cord cutting ceremony. All that matters is that you have the intention, that you have the desire, and that you're doing the work, that you're trying. It doesn't matter if you end up actually letting go, because spirit just wants to know that you're willing to try. Yeah, here's 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, it's 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. I'm like so tempted to end this video on 44, 44, but I'm trying not to control. the message and, should cut it short just because I want to be satisfied. But it's that energy, celestial alignment, bro. Four. It's like, I just can't right now. I cannot. It makes me very, very happy. You're in alignment. It doesn't, oh my God, I just looked up and it was 4. Shut the fuck up. You're in alignment. You don't need to see it in order for it to be true. You're in alignment. You're already in alignment. It's already coming, but Spirit wants to know that you really want it. Do you really want it? You say you really want it, but do you really want it? Okay, so then, clear out some stuff for me. Give some stuff away. I was thinking about that this morning. I was like, it's good to wear the stuff that you really love so that you can be ready to give it up, because you've had the experiences that you've had with it. And now it's like, okay, I'm okay letting this go. I'm okay with letting this dress go. And I didn't get here easily. It's taken me a while to be able to get to the point where I can give away clothes that I really love, because I love clothes and I love expressing myself through fashion. But I'm at this point where I'm like, I'm pretty good with it. I already gave away almost half of my closet when I was packing to come to Tulum. I only brought a little small suitcase. And when I get back, I'm probably going to get rid of more. And it's freeing, you guys. It's actually very, very freeing. I get the minimalist girls. I get them. Because it's really nice to know that you don't need any of these things. And it's not that I needed the clothes, but I love clothes and I love fashion. But it's exhilarating and it's fulfilling to know that, first of all, there's always going to be something new to discover. And it's also nice to know that you're able to let something go and give it away to somebody else. And, it is what it is. And even if the giving it away to somebody else does not fill your spirit, because I can totally understand why it wouldn't, because it's like, this is my thing and I love it. Just knowing that you are strong enough to give it away, let it have a new life, is good enough. There's that 7 energy. It's good enough. It's beautiful. Oh my God, this is a really good energy. Remember me saying that this reading wasn't going to be long? Meanwhile, here we are at 46 minutes. It's a very positive energy. I'm very, very happy with this. I really am. It's giving, 11-11 vibes, miracle vibes. Look at this 4. It's 4 energy. It's 4 energy. 4 energy, but you don't want to be in resistance. There's that 4 again. Y'all, we're on to something. We're on to something for real, for real. Yamaya. Oh my God, that makes me think of my musical. Something coming back to you. Oh my God. A few days ago, after I got this surprise reading from this woman, this really incredible woman named Lisa, I think. I hope that's her name. She was talking to me about my ancestors, and she was talking to me about how I have this rage within me that I need to let go of, and I know that to be true. I'm trying to think about ways that I can do that. I know I need to just scream out, but I want to go somewhere private where I can do that. But in the meantime, just thinking about ways to connect with my ancestry, and this musical that I was working on got brought back into my mind that I was, oh my fucking God, this is crazy because there's so many connections. It's all connected. I was talking to, there's been so many things around number 1. Just because you see somebody else doing it doesn't mean that you can't do it. That's a sign of confirmation that you should do it, right? Just because you see someone telling, I'll give an example from my personal life. I wanted to tell this story, but I saw somebody else literally write a book. My mom sent me this book that was literally describing the story that I wanted to tell, to a T. It was extremely distressing. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, okay, I guess it's over for that, and I kind of gave up on it. And I'd already kind of began to give up on it because my sister had told me about another book that was like that. And so I was like, oh, this this sucks. And I was feeling insecure and feeling like I couldn't do it because everybody else had already done it. But then here comes this energy of recognizing that there's enough room for everyone to tell these stories, because these stories belong to the collective, or to my specific collective being a part of the Black diaspora, being a part of ancestors who are survivors of enslavement. This type of story is my story to tell just as much as it is another Black person with that ancestry. and we all are going to tell it different ways, but it's important that we all tell it. Because what if they were like, only one enslaved black person could tell the story of slavery and the rest of you have to shut up? Like, what the fuck? They don't do that. They want to hear as many experiences as possible. Or, we would want to hear as many experiences as possible. We wouldn't just be like, only one ancestor come through and tell me what happened. No, we want to hear everybody's experience. We want to hear everybody's story. And I just saw 444 again. It's that same energy. So we really need to think about what 4 means to us, because there's many things, and one of it, I think, is letting go of this idea of not being worthy of being able to express yourself and tell your story because you feel like somebody else has done it already. That doesn't matter, and no, they haven't, because you haven't done it, which means nobody else has done it, because it's your specific story, the way that you're telling it. It doesn't matter if it's the same synopsis. That doesn't mean anything. Their story is powerful and important, and it's good that it's out there, and yours is just as important and just as powerful, and it's important that it's out there. Yeah, you guys, awakening. But do you want to hear a song from that musical? That's how I'm going to end this reading. So the thing that made me think about it is this one. This little boat underground, and also makes me think of Atlantis energy, which is funny because I think like Atlantis, Avalon, Lemuria, all of those ancient societies that they're like, this is just fiction, all of those are also coming back to the surface, which, I mean, they've already been in the consciousness, but it's coming up in a big way. But anyways, so one of the songs they have from there is, one strange boat that our ancestors rode on my way. Now our journey's delayed, ways to go, fighting waves on our own, on my own. But no, they won't go alone. I don't have the entire lyrics planned out, but that's kind of how it goes. That is One Strange Boat. One strange boat that our ancestors rode. And Yemaya is known as one of the gods. She's part of what I wrote for the musical. She's known as one of the goddesses who was with her children through slavery. She stayed with her kids and she was there. And look at her in abundance. Look at her belly. And those dolphins, it's also giving me Lemuria energy. It just feels really good, you guys. It feels very, very good. So that's how I'm going to end this reading. I really hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, catch up with you later. Think about what the number 4 means to you. Think about how you can give back, how you can receive love and joy, and how you can give back love and joy and gratitude, and move forward on your path in a way that is empowering to you and honors your spirit, honors your soul. Think about stepping into those ancient roles, those traditions. Think about that thing from the past that you were grieving, how it's coming back in a new way. Come on. Anyways, goodbye. Enjoy your week. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy. Because it is Friday. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow for another reading. And yeah, look forward to the new moon. Manifest whatever you want, and just, set the intention that you're ready to let go, and then try. All you have to do is try. It's all that really matters. It's just about the intention. But yeah, goodbye.